Hi, this is Katya. I'm really excited to show you today's recipe. Today we're making a traditional Russian apple cake called sharlotka. This is the first thing that I ever learned how to bake. It's super easy, comes together very quickly, and only requires a handful of ingredients. We're going to make it with a twist on the traditional recipe. We'll add a little bit of cognac to it to make it extra flavorful. Let's get to work. First thing we're going to do is we'll peel 3 apples and chop them up in sort of smaller pieces. I'm going to place my apples in a bowl here. So I have 3 chopped up apples in this bowl. To that, I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of cognac. And we're going to soak the apples in it. Okay, so my apples are going to soak in cognac while I make the batter. Now the recipe for the batter could be easier to remember. It's just a cup of sugar, a cup of flour, and 3 eggs. That's all. Here's my cup of sugar. And I'm going to add my 3 eggs right in here. I'm going to mix this batter up for quite a few minutes in order to make the mixture really light and fluffy and airy. Okay, my batter here is now nearly doubled in volume and it's white in color now. I think I've gotten enough air in it, so this looks good. And don't skip on this step. It's really important for the cake texture at the end. Last thing, we're going to add a cup of flour in there. And I'll gently fold this in. Okay, the batter looks good, all mixed up and no lumps. So now I'm ready to arrange everything. I have a 7-inch cake pan. You can also use a springform pan or really any kind of pan that you like. I have my apples here that have been soaking in cognac. I like to put my apples on the bottom of the pan first. And you don't want a cognac in there. Keep cognac out and you can use it to make a sidecar cocktail or something. Spread them around. And we'll top my apples with the batter. Spread this on top, nice and even. And we'll give it a couple of taps on the table in order to make sure the batter really seeps through all the spaces in between the apples. And now we're ready to bake our apple cake. And my sharlotka has been in the oven for about an hour at 350 degrees. It's done and it cooled off a bit. I'm just going to run a knife around to make it a little bit easier to release the cake out of it. This is where removable bottom comes in handy. This is beautiful as is, but traditionally we want to serve it with a little bit of powdered sugar on top. And this is ready. Let's give it a try. Couldn't be easier to make. Cheers.